You were never meant to blend
You
in.
were built like this.
Built like this.
Built like this.
Hey, new intro. Who this? New intro. Who this? Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Built Like This podcast. I'm your host, Maxine, on episode 362. Yes, I'm in my moo-moo. I don't care. Figuring out my hair. Let's just be here. Thank you for being here with me. Where do we begin? I know there's been a lot going on in the news, so I'm going to do a lot of catch up and some trending topics as well. Not me giving a disclaimer. Let's just get into it. Uncle Shannon Sharpe and this white woman. I mean, if you have been under a rock, you will learn that Uncle Shannon Sharpe, aka Club Shay Shay, aka the hottest podcaster since last year, he's been going viral back to back with very controversial or just very engaging interviews. Obviously, the one with Cat Williams really set the precedence, and it skyrocketed his career as a podcaster. And for him to be in this new phase of his career, right? Before this, he was a sports correspondent on ESPN for quite some time. He hosted with Skip. Come on, Skip. That white guy, Skip. And prior to that, he was a football player. So he's had many careers, and for him to be in this new space and to be as successful as he is in the field of podcasting, and this is not his only podcast. He also has one with Chad Ochocinco. It's been an amazing ride. Like, it's been pretty admirable. And of course, as you continue to ascend, there will always be haters. There will always be people trying to knock you down, especially with the like behind the scenes moves that you're making in your career. So allegedly, he was in the middle of just closing on a deal of 50 million plus for the podcast that he has, Club Shay Shay, and I guess turning over the rights to a subsidiary company, whatever the case is. And boom, this happens. This case with this white woman here named Carly, I believe. People keep saying she's mid. I think she's a pretty girl. Hello? I think she's pretty attractive to me, in my opinion. But anyway, he is facing allegations of sexual abuse, and rather the conversation being about that being the main focus of him possibly are wording her and violating her, right? The conversation is more so fixated on the large age gap between them from when they started dating and to now. Obviously, the age don't change. So she was 19 when they met, and he was in his early 50s. So obviously, it's a huge age gap, and it can make someone feel uncomfortable thinking that, was he grooming her? Was he preying on her? Is he a predator? And now there are more reports coming out of him allegedly violating another woman. And this woman is coming out and sharing her story. But let's focus on this one. Let's just do it one at a time. So here we have this woman. She is an OnlyFans model. Now, I know a lot of us don't want to speak on the reality of OnlyFans. Hello? Because we're in this new age way of thinking about sex work, right? We don't even say prostitution. We just say, no, I'm in sex work. Like, there's a euphemism behind what it is. And now there's this like repainting of the stigma that is sex work. But because of propaganda and the social media marketing that comes with sex work, the nitty-gritty of the business isn't revealed, and a lot of women are fooled into thinking it's not a dangerous field to be in. Does this mean she deserves? No, not what I'm saying. Let me just make that very clear. No woman deserves. But I want us to stop acting like this woman here is this prissy white woman and who was so taken advantage of by this guy. I just don't I don't buy it. So her name is Gabrielle Zuniga. If I'm saying her last name correctly. She is an OnlyFans model. She was 19, I guess going on 20 by the time they met. According to Shannon Sharp, they met at a gym, which I don't know if Shannon is in LA most of the time, and that is where they met. Because I know the understanding of the climate of LA, you could casually see celebrities, athletes at local areas, your gym, at a restaurant, the marketplace. So it's not far-fetched to meet a celebrity at a gym. Fine. I doubt it. I doubt that that's the case here. She's an OnlyFans model. You don't think they met on OnlyFans? You don't think they corresponded prior to finally meeting in person? I don't think they just so happened to meet at the gym. I think that's just so foolish to say. Nonetheless, that's the story that he's giving. She is releasing, or she has released, audio tapes of him conversing with her on the phone and saying that he would choke her. He's going to choke her out when he sees her. Now, some women like that sex play. Let's talk about that. I mean, I've never done it all the way in that sense, like a little sneak tip, but I don't really see. Okay, the point is, I feel like there was already an understanding with the type of relationship that they had. That's very clear. You can't tell me you're on OnlyFans and you're meeting someone who's been your subscriber, your supporter on the platform, and you're not expecting for some choking to take place. So her releasing this audio of him saying, "I'm going to choke you when I see you," I didn't really take it as, oh, this man is going to R-word you. Like, I don't know. Just there's a lot going on in the video or in the audio that I just don't find to be a credible take of what's going on. I don't. I think they had a consensual relationship, just like Shannon Sharp pointed out. I think there was just an understanding with the type of dynamic that they have. He choked me out a little bit, I suck you off. You choke me out a bit, I suck you off. But nonetheless, the conversation has been focused on the age gap. And I want to talk about that for a moment too, because can I just say so what? Can I just say so what? We're so quick to say women, my body, my choice. We're so quick to say sex work, best work. Like we promote encourage, condone such avenues that include the primary audience of older men who may already be married or not, but the audience is older men. Why? Because they typically have more money. This is a well-to-do, sharp woman who decided to take on this career on this platform and seek and bait this man who she wanted to bait because it was advantageous for her. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Like when I'm not sitting here and making this. No, she willingly went to go see this man after she felt so threatened that he was going to choke her out. Let's just say that, right? Let's say that they didn't meet prior. She didn't like the way he was talking to her over the phone, threatening to choke her, yet she still meets with him. What sense does that make? It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. So that's 1, that's 2, and 3. Now, she obviously engaged in sexual acts with this man. She alleged that they were already in a relationship. So when the video remember that video came out of him talking about Michelle, my Michelle, that was offensive for her because she thought that they were in a relationship. That's cap too. What are we saying? What relationship are you thinking we're in? Anyway, let's get to his response to all of this. And she is being represented by Bugsby. Is it Busby? Who recently filed against Jay-Z, but that fell through. Unfortunately, I wanted to see that play out because why not? It's all a show. People be ruling for people that they don't even know. Anyway, the point. Let's get to what Shannon Sharp says.
Family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly, on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do.
Okay. Just like he always do. Just like he always does. Wouldn't that be the right way to say it? Okay, whatever. The point is, just like I always does. Just like I always do. Sounds better. I mean, just like I always... It's a stupid sentence anyway. Okay, so I agree. I agree with everything that he said. When I heard the audio of him saying he's gonna choke her, it appears as if that was something that they just do. That was that's their dynamic. That's their relationship. He chokes him out. He chokes her out. She gags on his dick. I mean, hello? What are we talking about? That's what's going on. Anyway, so the conversation is just being so intellectually dishonest. People are so focused on the age gap, and I just don't understand what the big deal is. Like I was saying, I don't think I finished it. like I was saying, we promote women being able to choose whatever they want to do with their bodies, whoever they want to do it with, yet we shame men for being with young women. Don't people like, isn't it clear that it takes two to tango? If let's just put aside the R word, what the hell? Y'all saw that? StreamYard is bugging. What are these random emojis? Let's just say the R word is not attached to this situation at all. And we just want to fixate on the age gap between them. Why can't we also accept that a young woman would want to date an older man? Because, like, which one is it? Which one is it? Like, is it Uchiwali or is it one mic? That phrase is so funny to me. Like, nigga, it's both. I like both songs. What do we? I want the cake and I want to eat it too. Yeah. I want the cake and I want to eat it too. So Michelle, remember my Michelle, she has come out and shared with us her experience with Shannon Sharpe many years ago. And of course, she is coming out right after this because this is all orchestrated by Busby. So I don't know if it's orchestrated by him, but nonetheless, it's just always, it's how it always goes. It's how it always goes. It's always one case and then give it 2 weeks and then boom, there are 2 more allegations. There are 3 more allegations. Prior to Michelle coming forward with her video and her take on what happened between her and Shannon, there was a report of Shannon allegedly choking out another woman at the workplace. Come on. I don't believe that. At his job at ESPN, this big black gorilla, that's what I said, was choking out someone else at ESPN studios. Come on. Please get out of my face. Y'all bugging. Please get out of my face.
Because I was scared for my life. He said he would use it. Everybody he knows, and he knows lots of police officers. So I didn't know that if I went down there, that would be one of the people that he knows. Had asked me to break up with my husband at the time. We were just dating, so I was dating Shannon and my husband at the same time. Shannon asked me to break up with my husband, and I don't recall for sure, but I think I did. And so, it's like, wait a minute, you want me to be with just you, but you want to move somebody into your house and not even tell me? So that's what it stemmed from. He's not a faithful person, so I wasn't going to be faithful to a non-faithful person. It just doesn't work that way. Not for me anyway.
Can you tell us just broadly, I know it's probably painful to relive this situation, but can you tell us generally what happened that day?
It was fighting, and usually we fought on the phone and not in person. So it was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was manhandling me beforehand, and he wanted to have sex, and I told him no. I told him no, because you gave it to somebody else. I didn't only tell him no, I told him why. And he wouldn't take no for an answer. So he overpowered me, put me to my knees, put his penis in my mouth. And after he got enough of that, he put me on the bed. And, this was all a struggle.
Huh? Hello? Y'all, please miss me with that. Then she goes on to say, because there's another video, but we're gonna look at this part. She goes on to say that she didn't tell anyone because she was so afraid, because he knew everyone. He knew a lot of cops in Atlanta at this time. And there was one time she was going to say something, but when she got out her house, someone screamed at her and said, "Shut the fuck up, bitch." And then that was it for her. That was okay. So what gave you the courage now? Does he still not know the same amount of cops he knew then? Cut it out, dog. What are we talking about? Believe all women. Bullshit. This is such BS. And I'm not even a Shannon Sharp fan. I don't even care about that guy. Skip. That wide-tongued, bareback man. I don't give a damn about him. But what I do give a damn about is the reality of things. And this is false. The timing is ridiculous. You can't tell me you were afraid for so long and suddenly you had the courage. Some guy randomly said, shut the fuck up to you. And that frightened you right back up. People are trying to say, oh, she looks too, this is, Shannon went, this woman right here, you raped this woman. And that's such an ignorant ass statement. Let's just say, unfortunately, let's say the events that she said happened took place. Let's say that took place. She didn't look the same back in 2002. Like, come on, y'all. Let's be honest. So this is her back then.
Real talk. Hey, Ocho. See, I don't, man. I'll be lying. Okay, lying.
Come on,
man.
We
sparks hard, Ocho. And, I hit one early this morning.
Okay. Hello? Yeah. That's what you call a woman who looked good, who was working in a male-dominated field, got attention from this big black, and what happened? Took advantage. What happened? Just soaked up all the advantage from it. That's what happened. I'm just over it. I'm sick of these random allegations. I think we have to normalize women wanting to be with older men on both sides, right? We can't say, oh, it's okay for a woman to have her choice, her body, her choice, yet shame the man for deciding to be the body the woman wants to be with when he's 50 years old and she's 22. We can't say, oh, well, women should have a choice. Sex work is a field, is a work field. It should be respected like every other field. Okay. And then say, oh, this woman's victimized and she's being hoisted by predators back to back. Which one? Is it Uchi Wiley or is it one mic? Let's continue. So let's get into Beyonce all on his mouth like liquor. Okay, so she has started her tour, her Cowboy Carter tour, and this tour, the timing of it all is very suspicious, I believe. Why do I say suspicious? I say suspicious because she was just on tour last year with Renaissance, and the quickness of a whole new tour felt rushed, felt overwhelming, in the sense of niggas are broke. And people trying to say, oh, well, Beyonce she doesn't control the ticket prices. Yes, she does. Beyonce controls the weather. Beyonce controls the weather. You think she can't control Ticketmaster? Cut it out, dog. Like, all of a sudden, we want to give her bail and say she doesn't control the ticket price. Yes, she does. If she wanted them to cut back $100 off on each ticket. Each ticket. She could have them do that. She could figure out systems in her production, figure out what to cut back on so that more of her fans could enjoy this tour and be there in person rather than living vicariously through lives and social media posts. Because that's what I'm doing. No, I'm not going. I know I said last year I was going to go to her Renaissance tour, but I ended up going. It just kind of just worked out. But I really don't have any interest to go to this tour. So even if things do work out where I'm propositioned and an opportunity arises for me to go, I don't think I would. And I'm leaning more towards a heavy no. Not because I don't like Beyonce anymore, any of that, but I'm finding myself in a different space, really, when it comes to Beyonce. That was a love that I shared with my dear cousin, Joanna, who is no longer with us. And it doesn't hit the same. Like when I went to the Renaissance concert last year, it just did not hit the same. And I just felt like, I guess this chapter of my life is over. I could enjoy her music from the back or, from the comfort of my car, from home, and remember nostalgic moments from previous records. But as far as concert going, I just don't think it's for me anymore. I felt kind of out of body when I went last year. Maybe it was a group that I went with, no shade, but it was just a lot going on mentally. I don't think it's just for me anymore. I think I just kind of moved on from the hysteria. That's what it is. I moved on from the hysteria of Beyonce. This doesn't mean I don't think she's talented or anything. Obviously, she's talented, beyond. But I think I've grown from the hysteria of Beyonce. I used to have her picture as my wallpaper on my phone. I used to everything was Beyonce. Beyonce, 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 Beyonce. Now you just get older and you just like, okay. It's weird because there are people around my age who still act the same way I used to when it came to Beyonce. And I'm just like, anyway. So, but in addition to that, I did enjoy her album, Cowboy Carter, for the most part. But with Beyonce, I remember watching her when I was younger, and she said something in an interview. She said she likes to reinvent herself. Every time it's time for her to switch things up, that's what she does. She likes to reinvent herself. And at that time when she said it, I thought it was, ooh, that's innovative, that's so creative, that's so cool. But then after a while, you realize, okay, then, but which one is you? What like, you get so settled into one version of her, and then all of a sudden she's Sasha Fierce. All of a sudden she's 4, right? I know you don't care too much. That album, I still care. Na, na, na. Like she's like this like super soul songstress, and then she's Renaissance, so she has this disco vibe. It's like I know we're all eclectic beings in so many ways, but there's no one set image of Beyonce that I feel she's harped on. Like she's just so many things all at once, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. Like I just want you to stay where you were for this record and that sound forever. Like you can find variations of it, but why are we now going, like, why are we doing country? I get it. Cool. Yeah. Black music is country music. Right. But Beyonce, can we get back to 4? Hello? Can we get back to 4? Can we get back to Dangerously in Love? Can we get back to 1+1? Can we get back to Love on Top? Like, can we just stick to one sound? One band, one sound. Cowboy Carter just felt, it's weird to say Black people for performative, but it came off performative. Like, how can I perform to purposely gain more white fans. How can I get this album of the year award finally? Oh, let me go ahead and record this country album. How can I be recognized in the country space? How can I dominate everything? I'm going to do every genre. And at some point, when do we say enough is enough? At some point, when is greed slapping us in our face and saying, hey, greedy bitch? That's what I think it is. I think some people don't know when enough is enough. I know I got to get this award and that right there. I want to be the best of the best of the best of the best. At some point, it takes away the inspiring message that Beyonce once had, for me at least, and it comes off very selfish and greedy, and it just feels performative. I'm performing this way so I could get this, rather than I'm performing this way, or I'm performing because it's a passion of mine, because I love to heal with my words, with my songs, with my voice. Instead, I'm going to sing this record like this, under this genre, so I could get this album of the year award. That's what it's given. And at some point, I just woke up from it. I woke up from the hysteria. I woke up from the delusion, from the spell that I was under with Beyonce. The old Maxine would have been like, what? Like, Beyonce was my personality. Hello? Is my mic on? Beyonce was my personality. It was, hi, what's your name? My name is Maxine. My favorite artist is Beyonce. That was me for a good chunk of my life. So anyway, she's on this tour. And prior to this tour, we've noticed Beyonce has had this consistent special guest with her. Now, I know the acceptable response is, we love the kids. I love the kids. Oh my gosh. Kids are so great. Like, you can't go wrong having a kid on your show. You're always going to win. It's like having puppies on your channel. You're always going to win. You're always going to get a lot of likes. That's a cheat code. It's a cheat code. Beyonce has had Blue Ivy on every goddamn show. Who's the artist? Who's the artist that I spent my whole life with? That I've created this parasocial relationship with? That I've been there since Destiny's fucking child? Is it Blue or is it Beyonce? Why am I seeing Blue Ivy everywhere? I don't give a damn about this 14-year-old. My bad. God bless. She's aged like she's so old, but she's grown up to be this young, beautiful lady. But I don't give a damn. I don't care how hard she's hitting the dance moves and how much she's grown in her stage performance. Is Blue Ivy the singer, the performer, the living legend? No, she's the daughter of one. I don't want to. I'm sick of it. But I can't. Oh, we can't say that because we gotta love the kids.
Even though I know someday you're gonna shine on your own, I will be a protector. Even though I know someday you're gonna shine on your own, I will be a protector. Someday you're gonna shine on your own. I will be a protector. Wanna be a protector. You said I can't
I gotta go. I have to go. So not only is Blue Ivy there, who's been there, she was there in the last damn tour. She was there on that football performance Beyonce had a few months ago on Netflix. Now we got Rumi. Is it me? Okay, I'm crazy. It's me. It's me. Come on, y'all. I know it's not just me. I don't give a damn about these kids. I'm not here to see your family reunion. And then there's a show when she brings out Mama Tina talking about Mama Tina, she just read her book. And, of course, her book is already New York Times bestseller. At this point, stop pissing in my face and telling me it's raining. This first-time author, Tina Knowles, is on the New York Times best. What is this list anymore? This list is so watered down. It's insane. You can't tell me Ta-Nehisi Coates and Mama Tina Knowles is on the same New York Times bestseller list. And then I hear people say, oh, there's different types of New York. How many New York is there? How many New York is there? Let's get back to this. But okay, I'm tired of it, y'all. This is like I saw it last year. It was cute. It was cool. Oh, and see, even in me having this sentiment, as I was watching it, I'm smiling because it's a beautiful thing. You get sucked into it because kids are pure. It's so beautiful to see. And we remember when Blue Ivy was young, and as if we knew her, but like we remember when Beyonce was pregnant with Blue Ivy. We remember. And she's on this stage doing this, doing that. But I don't care. I paid to see Beyonce Knowles, but Beyonce Giselle Knowles is who I want to see. I'm not here to see Blue Ivy. I'm not here to see Rumi. And I'm damn sure not here to see Mama Tina Knowles. I don't give a damn. Are you bringing Kelly Rowland out? Are you having an impromptu Destiny's Child reunion? Shit. It's just ridiculous. I think it's a cheat code. I feel like Beyonce, this is a part of her marketing as well to continue to be engaging and relevant by, okay, how can I flash someone who's going to instantly gain the audience's love? Oh, my daughters, of course. Oh, my girls, of course. And of course that's going to work. It's going to work. Despite me feeling how I'm feeling, I know I'm not alone. People just haven't expressed that to me yet. But I know for sure I am not the only one who feels this way. But I just feel like enough. We get it. And apparently the story is Blue was just supposed to be on one show. Yet when Blue read the comments of people not being impressed with her dance moves, she said, you know what? I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to come back and I'm going to be, boom, I'm going to kill it, right? I'm going to be better than I was, because she was very stiff in the beginning and maybe she had stage fright. Totally understandable. And the deal was, the deal she made with her mom was if she practiced every day for X amount of days, then she gets to come back on the show. And then she practiced and she came back on the show and she did much better and she continued to get better and better. But you know what I think it is? Sure, I think Blue wanted to come back and show off that she can get better and be better in her dance moves. But I think Beyonce was also like, okay, now if you're gonna come back on the stage with me, you need to get your dance moves together. I didn't think it was on some, oh, my mom, she just made a deal with me and it taught me perseverance. It taught me discipline. No. You are the daughter of this living legend here, okay? This living legend who goes by the name Beyonce. You better get your act together if you want to get back on the stage. My accent came out. If you want to get back on this stage, you better get it together. That's what Beyonce said. So apparently this is the common thing amongst a lot of performers now. And not only did Beyonce bring out her daughter, her child on her stage, as well as her youngest child, so did Omarion. I'm going to talk over it. This is the Millennium Tour. I'm going to just mute it. We see here Omarion brings out his son, who maybe is 10, maybe is 11, maybe no more than 12. I'm giving him 12 years old. He has the dance moves, great stage presence. And this is not a one-time thing. Same thing with Beyonce and Blue Ivy. But we see it happen yet again. Yet again. Like, I don't give a damn. Where's Bow Wow? Are they still beefing? Why is your kid on the show? I don't know. I don't give a damn about your kid. How about that? I don't give a damn about your kid. How about it? Child. Let's get into something called a break. We are back. I hope you supported the show by scanning either of the QR codes that you see, like that you saw on the screen. I'll bring it back in case you missed it. Thank you so much for your support. That is appreciated. Let's continue with our topics. Michelle Obama is a podcaster, and I'm already tired. Because can we get this Michelle back? The Michelle who was more focused on fitness and getting our kids in nutrition, fitness, care, and health, wellness, rather than the Michelle Obama sitting with her gay brother talking about Trump. Rather than Michelle Obama talking about my peace is better than my husband's, so I will not attend anything that doesn't bring me peace. So I will be selfish by putting my needs first over my marriage and over just the gumption of it all. Let's get into this.
My decision to make choices at the beginning of this year that suited me were met with such ridicule and criticism. And it took everything in my power to not do the thing that was right, or that was perceived as right, but do the thing that was.
Like, what's going on with her? Y'all see how she's looking? Says me in a moo-moo. And I don't give a damn. I look good still. Hello? Okay, so Michelle Obama when she was a first lady, she was not wearing her hair like this. Her hair was not in knotless braids. She did not have no cornrow ponytail up top. She damn sure did not have her nails. Y'all see, let me run it back. Y'all see her nails? I'm just going to let the video play a little bit so y'all can see the nails, and I'll pause it right. Her long acrylic nails, the jewelry. Is this Flavor Flav or Michelle Obama? Who am I looking at? Hello? Harpo, who is this woman? I don't understand her look. I don't know what transformation is this. She's talking about the stress of being the first lady for 8 years. I cannot. Shout out to Jocelyn Hernandez. Okay. What I'm over is the woe is me rhetoric from a privileged ass woman. I don't give a damn. Oh my gosh. You had to suffer from being the first lady. Oh my gosh. Cut it out. That's number one. And she had to make sure everyone was doing well. And she had to put her, that's every woman, every wife, every mother. That's not a unique struggle. That's one. But two, she kept, and I talked about this before, how she nagged her husband, who was the president at the time, nagged him for not giving her enough attention, for not whatever it was, while this man was running the damn country. Let's start there. But anyway, in this clip, she's going to tell us a little bit more about her recent absences from her husband. I feel like she's looking like a single woman here, because you can't tell me the nails, the long hair, her whole upkeep is unbecoming of a former first lady. You know, I couldn't tell you, oh, this woman used to be the first lady, because she looks totally different. Now, obviously, she's aged. You can see it in her face, and maybe she's trying to preserve some resemblance of youth by having her hair in that manner, her nails, her whole appearance in that manner, because she looks like a young woman. Like, she looks like an old woman dressing young. And I feel like that's the worst type of woman. Like, if you don't just embrace your age. Let's get into what she's saying here.
With such ridicule and criticism, and it took everything in my power to not do the thing that was right, or that was perceived as right, but do the thing that was right for me.
Michelle Obama's mysterious absence from President Trump's inauguration explained by the woman herself on her IMO podcast.
I had to basically trick myself out of it. People couldn't believe that I was saying no for any other reason, that they had to assume that my marriage was falling apart.
Right.
You know?
Hold on, honey. I wasn't going to do that.
The Honorable Barack H. Obama.
Divorce.
Okay, so we see that clip there of Michelle clearly not on the side with her husband, walking down the aisle at Donald Trump's inauguration. Nor was she, I don't think she was, she wasn't there during the funeral of President Jimmy Carter. All in all, because of President Trump. Oh, this bad guy. So, okay, so let's get back to this image. Was she mad at him then too, or not? Was she suppressing her real feelings at that moment? I just feel like it's BS. Because even if you detest this man, you're so angry at Donald Trump, you can't chalk it up. You can't put it aside and support your husband, who was the former, who was the president of the United States of America. You can't put that aside. But what comes first is your peace. Yo, I'm telling you, This is all a guise. This is all a mask to hide the reality of what's going on. I don't think they're at a great space in their marriage. You can't tell me that is a supportive wife. I don't give a damn. And the argument could be, oh, well, she's been support. Okay, well, there's no time limit to supporting your husband and vice versa. But we're talking about her right now. There's no time limit of supporting your husband. What are we talking about? I supported you for 8 years and now I'm done? No. If that's the case, then y'all might as well go ahead and divorce. She's too busy telling us the truth of her, the quote unquote truth of her absence.
Started swirling when the former First Lady.
We're not really getting the truth here. Let's continue.
He missed that event and President Jimmy Carter's memorial service in January.
And it started with not having anything to wear. I'm always prepared for any funeral, anything. I travel with clothes just in case something pops off. So I was like, if I'm not going to do this thing, I got to tell my team, I don't even want to have a dress ready. Right? Because it's so easy to just say, let me do the right thing.
One of the things you learn as a woman as you get older, you know what you're good at, you know what you love.
I'm at this stage in life where I have to define my life on my terms. We made it through. We got.
She sounds like a woman who is redefining herself, learning who she is, learning her wants, her needs, and all of that. And then, boom, she's a late in life lesbian. That's what it's given. Hello? That's what it's given. That is my prediction of 2024. Like, what is I talking about? That's my prediction of 2025. Michelle Obama is going to come out and say, you know what? I realize after 8 years of being the first lady and 20 plus years being a wife to Barack Obama, I am in fact actually a late in life lesbian. That's what I think is going to happen. Because what are we talking about? What? You didn't like Trump that much that you can't stand having to attend an event that is just proper protocol alongside your husband? It's actually foolish. It's actually foolish. And a lot of women propping her up like, yeah, protect your peace, protect your, okay. You better go ahead and leave that marriage. Because that's not what it looks like, protecting you. That's not reality. That's one. And then if Melania, let's say First Lady Melania did the same thing back in reverse, right? Decided to not attend the inauguration of Barack. Let's just switch it up. If Barack Obama was getting inaugurated and she just could not stand this man, everyone will be calling her out saying, oh, she's this, she's that. Totally hypocritical. Yet they're supporting Michelle Obama for being childish. That's childish. It's childish behavior. It's childish behavior. And that's it. That's it. Let's get with our...
Russ, did you guys lose this game or did the Jazz win this one?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
It's advantage. What advantage?
Let's get with our Now What the segment where we talk about internet shenanigans. So I came across this clip of Paul Pierce, the legend, the basketball player, the one of one. I am biased because I'm from Boston and we know Paul Pierce played for the Celtics for many years. But let's give him the respect that he is deserving of. He has since retired from the league and is now a podcaster because what else? What else can we be? But he has this clip going around that is viral of him talking about marriage and what it's only for, or who marriage is really for. It doesn't say it in this clip, but he later on tells us that marriage is for old people and poor people. People want to get all up in arms, but I low-key agree. I low-key agree. But let's get to this clip in particular, because he talks about how marriage is only advantageous to women.
It's no advantage to a man. Why is marriage advantage? What advantage? What does it do for a man when things go south? Like, we gonna have to give up half our this, pay child support, pay. But what do it's only advantageous to a woman. Like, it's real talk.
But I don't think he's wrong. I do not think he is wrong at all. I feel like if I was a man, especially in this day and age, especially if I had the money that he has, no, we're not getting married. We could do like a spiritual wedding. We could do a spiritual wedding. We could just profess our love to each other along some rocks and a waterfall, but signing the dotted line, going by the government, I really don't support that. Just aside from that, right? But especially if I was a man and I had the money that he had, even if I didn't have the money, shit, men are the weakest link when it comes to marriage, when it comes to child support, when it comes to the courts, when it comes to the judicial system, when it comes to cops, at this point, it sucks. It sucks to be a man when it comes to all of that. Now, when you want to argue for patriarchy, maybe it doesn't suck too much because, there's dominance and there's power and control and there's all of that. But aside from that, when you think about personal relationships, men have no advantage. It sucks. It is for women. That's why weddings are marketing for women. That's why it's, are you excited for the big day? That is always asked towards the bride, never for the man. That's why we always see the man crying or cringing when it's about that time to pop the question. He's always the one getting coerced into popping the question, into pushing this forward to a marriage. It is not advantageous for men at all. It's not. I could totally see that. And I'm speaking outside of myself as my identity as a woman, right? As being a woman. But that's just the reality of it all. Men truly do suffer from these setups. It really it's a setup. Child support's a setup. I don't believe in child support when it comes to situations like how all of a sudden I've been taking care of our child just fine, but now we get a divorce. Now you got to put me on some child support because of what? I've been giving you money. I've been supporting our child accordingly. We've both been contributing to the support of this child. But now, since we're no longer married and you mad that the marriage didn't work out, or I'm seeing someone else, all of that, you want to talk about, no, I'm going to take 30% of what you make just on JP? Cut it. It's weird. It's weird. The psychology behind it is off. It's actually pretty sick. And there's a tearing down of men consistently when it comes to these structures, when it comes to marriage, when it comes to children, when it comes to fatherhood, when it comes to manhood, shit, buck breaking. I mean, the list goes on and on. So yeah, I agree with him. Marriage is not advantageous for men. If I was a man, I wouldn't want to get married, especially if I was a man of that social or financial bracket. I get it. Pick me. If y'all want to call it, pick me it is, because I totally agree. Actually, nothing was wrong with what he said. Nothing. Let's get to our last story. And here we have TD motherfucking Jakes. He has recently stepped down as the lead pastor of his church, the Potter's House, up in Dallas, Texas. And this is a big deal. It's a pretty big deal. He has been this legendary pastor for quite some time. I remember him as I was growing up. Like, I would watch his videos on TV, and it was very popular amongst the church community, amongst my peers. His name is well known. Since the whole Diddy situation, unfortunately, TD Jakes' name came about during these allegations, and now his image has been tainted because there are some allegations against him about him grooming young men from his congregation, and they've been trying to come forward to, for the pursuit of justice. Now, he has the convenient excuse, let's call it what it is. Let's call it what it is. The convenient excuse of his health. When you are an older, heavier set Black man, that is your go-to, right? Oh, I'm not well, I'm sick, cough, cough, cough. I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of y'all. Instead of taking accountability, I'm talking from a personal note because I know someone in particular and it really pisses me off. But it just makes you more of a victim. It makes you more of this, woe is me. Woe is me. Anyway, let's just focus on TD because I could go on about something else. But anyway, TD Jakes has denied any allegations that was set against him as of recently. And there was a clip that went viral of him passing out on stage. Apparently, he had a mini stroke and he thankfully survived. And I'm happy about that. That's good. But all of that is just very convenient. Let's just say that. Because he was at the Diddy parties. And he was close with Diddy. They had a video together of him like just alongside him as Diddy was hyping him up about something. He was at Diddy's birthday party. Like, TD Jakes was around Diddy. Not just around, but in his proximity, along with him. He was his pastor that was just alongside him. He was there. Whatever he saw. Whatever he participated. I don't know what it was. But the point is, what is TD Jakes doing next to Diddy? We can't talk about separation from secular and godly, and then you alongside the freak offs. Is it Uchiwali or is it one Mike? Which one is it? So anyway, he stepped down and he has positioned his daughter, Sarah Jakes Roberts, and her husband, Torrey, as the lead pastors. I don't know about that. Now, I know she's a great speaker. I used to follow her along. After a while, though, I'm just... Stop shouting. After you gotta, she has a way, like, she's very charismatic. She's very relatable, right? She doesn't come off condescending or anything. Like, she doesn't come off shaming, which is definitely a great tactic. I just don't know about a co-pastor situation between husband and wife. I don't think it works out. Now, sure, she's alongside him. Now, he doesn't have to fall victim, quote unquote, to the hoes of the congregation, right? Getting all the attention from the female congregants. Because, the pastors, they get some groupie action. Anyway, I just don't think women on the pulpit as preachers, I don't know if that aligns with the Bible. If we want to, I don't know if I want to go there right now because that's going to add more to what I'm trying to end right now for this episode. But the Bible does talk about that. And I do want to understand the reasoning. You know, we like to pick and choose, which is fine. Look, it's your prerogative. But I could have sworn the Bible said there shouldn't be any female preachers. I could have sworn. Maybe I got it wrong. It's me. It's me. But let's get into this announcement here.
The Potter's House announced today that he will be stepping down. Jakes is a world-renowned pastor. Remember, he suffered a heart attack in front of his congregation last November. Well, this morning, Jakes said that his daughter and son-in-law will now take the lead. Fox 4 Stephen Dial is in studio tonight with more. Stephen, welcome.
This was a shock to many in the religious community. Bishop T.D. Jakes has been a spiritual advisor to presidents and a religious voice to thousands. Now he says it's time to pass the baton to a new generation.
This is a beautiful moment for me.
From the pulpit Sunday, Bishop T.D. Jakes announced that he was stepping down from leadership at the Potter's House, the Dallas megachurch he founded in 1996 and has led ever since.
I cannot afford, especially after November, to risk something happening to me and you be sheep without a shepherd.
This is video from the service Jakes is referencing in November. It wasn't until months after his medical incident that he confirmed to the public he had a heart attack. Now, 5 months later, he told his congregation he had been preparing his daughter, Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts, and his son-in-law, Pastor Torrey Roberts, to take the lead.
I talked to the board because I was concerned. I have seen too many men build something and stay so long that they kill what they build.
His daughter and son-in-law moved to Dallas during the pandemic and have increased their roles in the church operations over the years.
And I know you guys are so tired. You had a heart attack on stage and still asked for the microphone so that they would be okay over you. I know what this cost.
We will see fruit unlike anything we have ever seen before, so thank you.
In nearly 30 years at the helm, Jakes has presided over services that reached tens of thousands in person and online. He served as an advisor to multiple presidents and was a featured speaker at the inauguration of President Barack Obama. The church's ministry launched wide-ranging programs that span the globe, from health and financial initiatives for underserved communities to offender reentry assistance. Jakes told his members they will still see him, but it was time to take a step back.
There's some ways that I want to prepare us for the days ahead that I can't do it completely from the
The way my mind works, y'all, I don't know. So you mean to tell me he fell down, had this alleged heart attack. He didn't speak on it being a heart attack until months later. That's when he revealed what it was. Sarah Jakes Roberts wanted to say in her acceptance speech, you had a heart attack on stage. It just feels very contrived. It feels very, okay, we're going to play into this. Okay, we've been preparing for this moment. That's what's going on right here. Sorry, I'm checking my arm. I don't know. Let the story unfold. But as this Diddy trial is starting, the trial is finally starting. T.D. Jakes is coincidentally stepping down. He's going to hide behind the limelight, going to escape to Costa Rica probably. with his wife while Diddy's trial gets the public attention yet again, but finally on the trial level, something about it is a little fishy to me. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. God bless. And just like with anything, it could start off very what's the word? Pure, very purposeful, all of that. And then after a while, it gets corrupted. After a while, you get sucked into the greed, into the fame, into the notoriety. That's with a lot of things, almost everything. So seeing those old videos of him back in the 90s at his church, it brought a smile to my face. I remember watching those videos and remembering the rich, genuine feeling from those preaches, from those sermons. Like, it just felt raw and real and connected. It was by the word. Now the word, his delivery, his sermons have been drowned. A lot of his rhetoric has now just has been drowned. It has been drowned. And now that the church is being usurped, groomed, but usurped nonetheless by his daughter and son-in-law, of course, it's going to be a new wave of church, right? Some of the church you once grew up with is no longer going to be the same church you serve in. I don't know. That's always a good thing, though. I think, yes, there's room for progression and evolution, but when we drown necessary messages just to fit in with the times, I think we lose the authenticity of the word. But we'll see. I just think it's convenient. We'll see how things turn out. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate every support, every subscriber. Y'all have been amazing, listening and following and just being with me. I will see y'all on the next. That sounded like a whole finale, right? I don't know why I ended it like that. But I just want to show my gratitude. I appreciate the subscribers that I have. Continue to subscribe if you haven't. Well, yeah, subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.